Ready?
Nothing like that already.
All right, I'd like to go ahead and welcome you to the Warrenton Board of Alderman meeting from March 4th, 2025. And while we're there, I'll go ahead and address this quickly. Both Alderman Crump and myself lost a bet, so we will wear these goggles for the very beginning of this meeting, and then we'll have to pull them off and wear our glasses so we can see what we're reading, because we're old. So if you would, please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Second part is it's starting to get warm, so we're promoting pool season, right?
Correct.
I think those were made for kids, not us.
Yes.
Holy cow. So see, I don't have a big head there, quarter. All right, so we'll move on to the next step, which would be the introduction of employees.
I have 2 police officers and a recruit to introduce. However, there must have been some kind of a breakdown in communication because none of them are present.
Well, we'll get them by name.
So the first would be Zachary Glatz, the second would be Reese Martin, and our recruit would be Brendan Price.
So the Zach Glatz, if I remember right, he worked here before, so he's returning back?
Correct, and so did
Excellent.
Reese Martin.
Okay,
Very good.
excellent. Glad to have him back.
Next item we have is Sam Henry, in Public Works, working with the Maintenance Department.
Welcome, Sam.
Nice, welcome aboard. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
That it? Excellent. Next, we have the consent agenda.
We have the regular meeting minutes from February 4th and the work session minutes from February 11th for loggers.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Cullum. Roll call vote.
Alderman
I just
Lang.
caught him first.
Yes.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Romaker.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next, we'll have public comments. If you'd like to come up and address us, talk to us about any issues, or complain about any issues, or tell us how good we're doing, we invite you to come up to the podium, state your name, and we'll give you 5 minutes to speak. Not seeing anybody, we'll move on to the next item, which would be the Board of Alderman comments. Not having any of those, we'll move on to the mayor's comments. I'd like to entertain a motion for an appointment of Chris Klein for a term on the Warrenton Commons, or SID, Board of Directors, with a term expiring in January 16th of 2026, and Audrey Howard to the same board with an expiration of January 16th, 2028. Any questions on that?
Is that one motion, or you need
I'll
to,
entertain a motion, you guys
for
can.
both at the same time?
Yep.
I move that we accept those two as proposed.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, seconded by Alderman Schultz. Roll call vote.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Quarter.
Yes.
Alderman Cullum.
Yes.
Alderman Romaker.
Yes.
Alderman Lang.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next, we have Resolution 344.
This is the resolution that you guys had requested in regards to the Ameren rate increase.
Oh, okay. For the, writing a letter showing that we are not in support.
That is correct.
All right, we need to do this twice, correct?
No, just once. We just need a motion and a second for
Okay.
the reading.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the reading of Resolution 340? 344, correct?
Yeah.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by McCollum, seconded by Alderman Lang.
In resolution of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Warrenton, Missouri, opposing the proposed rate increase by Ameren and urging the Missouri Public Service Commission to deny or significantly reduce the requested increase.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Resolution approval passes 6-0. Next, we'll hear from Brandy Walters, City
evening.
Administrator.
Good evening. The first thing that I have for you tonight is an addendum and amendment to the project cost sharing agreement with Game 7. We were approached by Game 7. This is the tournament company that partnered with us to do all of the turfing out at the fields. They would like to install a building at the complex for storing their equipment. The building would be put on the east side of the complex, over by where there's that current building that you're seeing on your screen, matching those same aesthetics. And they would be responsible for all the costs, materials, labor, everything to install this. And then if they were to leave, the city would be allowed to purchase that minus depreciation.
So what's going to be stored there?
Just their equipment.
What is their equipment? You talking about like game equipment or?
That's what I'm guessing. It's mostly like their game equipment. Do you know what all they use?
Yeah, they have some different, like portable pitching mounds, pitching machines,
Like in their
Dell
trailer.
screens.
Are they going to move, they had that trailer there for a while too, are they going to store that there?
I believe they use that trailer as like a office trailer for signups and stuff. I
Okay.
believe that trailer would stay on site
Okay.
down by the ball fields.
Does this building have a concrete floor? Do you know?
Yes,
Yeah. And electric but no water, correct?
correct.
And just to be clear, we do not have to buy this building if they decide to leave, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions on that? All right. This is a bill, right?
Correct, yes, it is.
All right. I'll entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 10-25.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Quarter, second by Alderman Lang.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an addendum and amendment to the project cost sharing agreement with Game 7 Baseball, Inc. for a building project.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 10-25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, seconded by Alderman Schultz.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an addendum and amendment to the project cost sharing agreement with Game 7 Baseball, Inc. for a building project.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Bill passes 6-0.
And then I just have a couple informational things for you. I spoke with MoDOT. We had talked about the signage on the highway, on the interstate, like the softball signs, Queen, all of that stuff. I did speak with them. They are not selling those to any cities. They're not giving them away. When they run out of their life, they are recycling them. Apparently, we're not the only city that has inquired about this, so.
Okay.
The other thing is I met with MoDOT regarding the I-70 project. So if you guys have not looked, they have all of their schedule up on their website now. And the way they explained it to me was Clarkson Construction is going to be the company that will be working in Warren County. They're kind of splitting that. I don't know if you remember, Emery Sap and Clarkson Construction partnered with this project. The Emery Sap is doing the other side, like St. Charles County, and Clarkson will be doing Warren County. They will be coming in and starting pretty quickly, probably in the next few months, and they're going to do the straight sections of 70 first, and that is the east of 47 to approximately Strex Church Road, and then the other section is east of Wright City to Forestell. Those are the two sections that we will actually see them construct on in 2025. Then they'll have more construction in 26. The first thing they'll come in and do is remove the rumble strips from the inside, and then they'll come back and they'll do the dirt work and everything on the inside for that third lane. They said that they will be doing the work at night, so they won't even be starting work until approximately 8 p.m., and that they'll play by ear. It'll go from 8 to 6, approximately, depending on traffic. Then they'll adjust those hours as they need. As far as the 47 intersection and the bridge, all of that construction, we will see that approximately in the spring of 2026 when that will start. So just a
Do
heads
you
up.
know anything about Clarkson Construction? Have you ever heard of them?
I have
nothing.
never dealt with them.
I have.
Dealt with
Yeah.
Emery Sap.
Okay.
They're,
Are they out local?
Out of Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay.
They will be local.
They will be
Yes.
local shortly.
That was the only thing they said.
clarification for me and maybe the public as well. So they are going to, Clarkson is redoing or is going to be doing the 47 bridge as well. So is that part of that from Wentzville to Warrington? Not the Fulton to
No,
Warrington?
we are in this project from Wentzville to Warrenton, so they are actually going almost to our second interchange is how far that they'll be going.
Clarkson will be?
Correct.
Okay.
And also just to be transparent, she also told me that 47's bridge is one of the few that cannot be taken down piece by piece. So when it comes down, it will all come down. So they will be diverting traffic through all of that process.
Do they have any idea how long it will take to replace that?
She did not have a time estimate at this time.
The one thing I will say that I think needs to be said, I think we've already alluded to it, is that Clarkson is moving locally. And when I say locally, it's not in Warrenton, but it's in Truesdale. So they will be using and utilizing these things, these overpasses in this area. I think they're going to take a lot more pride in how they do it. I think they're going to be a lot more detailed in how they do it. That does me a lot of good compared to somebody who's coming in from out of state or out of area and just trying to get a project done. So I don't know if they're ready to put that out there yet or not, but if I did, I'll get in trouble for it, but that's okay. I
Did mention that in the meeting also.
Well, I think it's excellent. I think it's something we can take a little hometown pride that these people are doing it, and they've decided to move themselves and base themselves out of our area. To me, that's pretty cool.
The next thing I was just a question, we had discussed previously in work sessions about changing our lot width from 70 foot to 100 foot, just so we didn't have those long, narrow strips. I know that we're working on the PUD and the multifamily process right now, but do you guys want to go ahead and move forward with that change prior to getting all of this other stuff done? This is more for single family.
I feel like that meeting we had, we still have a lot of...
These lots would be single-family homes, not
Okay.
the multifamily.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind that.
Right.
We need to work on some of that other stuff too, though.
I
don't
think
wanna
the
move
single
forward with that.
family would, I have no problem.
Does anybody else, do you know what we're talking about?
I remember, yeah.
I guess I don't have a problem with it unless, if everybody else is. If you're not comfortable with it, just say so, and we'll kind of maybe do a quick workshop to get everybody caught up on it at a later date here soon. But, either way.
Can you give a kind of quick synopsis on what we're talking about, the 100-foot, just so
So
everybody will
currently,
know?
our lots require 10,000 square feet. We're only talking single family. They require 10,000 square feet, but they're only, when we changed that, we changed it from the 8,400 to 10,000. And when we changed it, we didn't change the lot widths. So our lot widths are still 70 feet wide. So it makes them, which if you've noticed in some of the newer subdivisions, it makes them very narrow but long. So they have to accommodate the 10,000 square feet, but they only have to go 70 feet wide. So
Trying to kind of square that
we
out.
had discussed
right?
in
Not
previous
make it so
meetings of
tight.
changing that so that they have to go 100 feet wide, so it's not long and narrow. I think Clifton Wolf was one of the ones also that had brought that up.
So essentially,
of
they
those
could make a
meetings.
square lot.
Right, make
we
it more
went to
square
100
than
feet.
Or
long.
closer to.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
close. Okay,
Fine with that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
thanks for the explanation.
Sure.
That'll help out.
We'll proceed with that then. Greater Warren County Economic Development has invited you to cocktails and conversations. That's on March 25th at Social House 227, and that is from 5 to 6:30. And just to let you guys know, Mercy Hospital in Wentzville had gotten their approval. They are having a groundbreaking on April 24th, just so you guys know. But they don't plan to open that until around 2029. And last but not least, Fall Festival is on September 20th, and the main stage will be Jody Messina this year. And that's all I have.
Jody Messina.
Jody
I think that's
Messina.
what it's like.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Megan Welder, Finance Officer.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have the monthly financials for January. A few things to report for revenue. In the general fund, charges for services are $13,000 over projected due to pool-related transactions. However, in the water sewer, we're about $26,000 under projection, but it's still, just the first month. It'll probably catch up here in the next couple months, no problem. Next, the other category for revenue is over $22,000 due to grants received for the police department laptops. And water and sewer fund were over $25,000 because of the sale of some assets. Lastly, for revenue, $10,000 over projection for licenses for building permits processed. And for expenses, we are under in police, grounds and maintenance, and street by $19,000, $8,000, and $5,000 respectively due to vacant positions in those departments.
Which the chief just filled tonight, right?
Yeah. We're getting there. And that's all I have for you if you have any questions.
Do we have any questions?
No.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Next, we're from Ground and Maintenance Director, Justin Knoll.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have our monthly report for February. Just a couple highlights. Looking back on the month, we did complete the scoreboard power installation at the athletic complex, which included the meter base and transformers and all the power to all the boards. We did get 12 more stumps ground out of Binkley Woods with our stump grinder. Then, of course, kind of pretty drastic effort to get the complex in preparation for this past weekend's tournaments, being that we had 3 inches of snow on the ground a week before all that took place. But guys worked hard and got it all put together, and they had a really good turnout over the weekend. Pretty good weather for it. Looking forward into March, we got the spring cleanup, of course, with all of our city parks and stuff. As the weather warms up, things are really rolling. People are starting to pour in and get their pavilion rentals and stuff scheduled. We'll be fertilizing and seeding selected areas throughout the parks and city property. We have our the city cleanup. The cemetery cleanup will be at the end of March. We'll be removing kind of all the Christmas decorations and stuff left over for the season, preparing for Easter and stuff. Other than that, we'll also be preparing Morgan Park for its playground resurfacing towards the end of the month. Hopefully have a contractor coming in to do that surfacing so we can get that open for this summer. So that should be happening soon. That's it.
Any questions?
Thanks, Justin.
Before we move on, I'm going to ask you guys, was that a city table, or did you guys just get together and get a table at the Big Red Boosters?
We're actually friends. Him and his wife and I are.
Well, I saw actually several of our city employees.
Yeah, there's quite a
impressed.
few. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. I think
I was really happy to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we had got one as a city or something. I thought, wow, that's really cool that you guys all attended. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we only have half a table filled. So that was really neat to see you guys there.
Yeah.
Thanks. Next, we'll hear from Public Works Director Guy Jeevers.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. The only thing I have for you tonight is my monthly report. We had snow removal. We had 5 water shutoff repairs and a fire hydrant repair. And after the snow removal, we got to do all the maintenance on the salt spreaders and that, and they all need to be cleaned out and re-oiled, so we had that in there. We had 8 sewer calls, 7 were on private, 1 was on the city. And part of the MoDOT program for the new highway, we had to look at all our sewer lines and water lines running underneath the highway to make sure they were steel pipe, because they were afraid to start doing some grading that collapse the pipe. They're all steel, so we don't have to do nothing with them.
Excellent.
We dodged a bullet on that one. Any questions?
I don't believe so. Thank you,
For the
sir.
weather break, we got some sidewalk work we have to do. And we'll get moving on that.
Excellent. Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Chief of Police Larry Ellard.
Good evening again. We're looking for approval to apply for 3 grants again from Missouri Department of Transportation. The first two we've done before and have been awarded. It's the DWI grant where the state reimburses the city for the overtime spent by officers to enforce DWI patrol. The second would be for more mobile ticket printers, which we've, again, has already been done and applied for and awarded, which we're grateful for. The third is hazardous moving violation. This one MoDOT's offering for the upcoming construction. They would like to see officers in the construction zone. So this one would operate the same way as the DWI grant. Officers would work overtime patrolling or sitting stationary to slow people down when the construction's going on in the city limits. Obviously stopping anyone they see doing dangerous stuff to protect the workers. So that works the same way. They'll reimburse the city for overtime.
So, Chief, if you can work in conjunction with me, just for clarification, because I always get this every year after we talk about the DWI grant. We are not sitting outside bars,
No.
hunting people down, doing entrapment, such as what we get accused of, but we
Right.
don't do that.
And again, for the last time, no.
Yeah, I know. I just, every year it seems like we talk about it and then everybody says, well, you're just hunting them down. No, we actually are not. We
Yeah,
don't sit across from them.
The unfortunate truth of it is you don't need to sit in front of a bar.
Right.
So
That is the unfortunate truth, but it always seems like that rumor starts and then 5 or 6 people believe it. And then when you start asking them, well, can you tell me where you got it from? You track it down to usually it's the owner that doesn't like
Correct.
the establishment doesn't like it that we're doing it. Well,
So Larry, the past 2 years, correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't been able to use the grant funds, correct?
they've been used, not fully used, but they've been
Not
used.
fully used.
Right. And that's, I
Did
mean,
those roll over? Did we retain those?
I don't think that rolls over. I think they just like you're allotted a certain amount and whatever you don't use, you're not getting paid
Okay.
for. So,
Either use it or lose
It
it.
goes back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
okay,
that's due to staffing, so.
okay. Yep.
any other questions? No. All right, I'm going to take these one step at a time. What's that?
Just put them all together, be fine.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the police department applying for the DWI grant through MoDOT, or Missouri, or is it federal or is it state?
It's state.
Okay, State Department of Transportation, the mobile ticket printer grant, and the hazardous moving violation prevention grant.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, second by Alderman Romaker. Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Passes 6-0. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
Before we do that, Mayor, excuse me, I'd like to send out condolences to the Denny Swart family. Denny was a longtime city employee before I got here, but
Yes.
I know he did a lot of good things for the city, and we'd like to pass along our condolences to the family.
Which he did. I think he ran the, what was it, the maintenance division? Public Works,
Public work,
for years.
yes, so,
Good guy.
thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, seconded by Alderman Crump. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are so adjourned. Thanks, folks.